Hey, good morning, everybody. How is it going? Mark Payne, I love the comment. It says, good morning. The weather in Washington State is clear and still. Clear up to my ass and still snowing, which is awesome. It's actually clear and still for real here in Montrose, but it's actually not that cold. It's only 36 degrees outside. It was much colder when we got back from Arizona, and it's going to get much colder again later in the week. I think there's a storm or a front moving in. Let me grab my microphone for the audio podcast. I'll be right back. Goof.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, nice.
All right, now we're back. There's my kid. He's ready for school.
7 and 9.
Huh? He doesn't want to go, but he's got to go. All right, now that's good. Who's the Islander? What's happening? Vancouver, still snowing here. 8 inches last night. Nice. Bruce Kennedy, good morning. There's my mom. Hi, Mama. I love you. Suzanne Spradling. Everybody say hi to my mom. She's awesome. Let's see. I'm making sure I get my questions up here. Got them all from Instagram this time, which is interesting. I don't get that much traction on Instagram that much. Anyway, good morning, Roger Hurd. It was awesome seeing you down in Arizona. Thank you so much for swinging out and saying hi. Glad you got to ride your old bike again. That was cool. Roger is the one who gave us Thomas's 144, and he came out and got to putt that thing around a little bit, which is awesome. Casey York, snow-covered Idaho. Ugh. Brady Metter, greetings from the wind-swept hellhole, 17 degrees with 25 mile an hour north wind. Sorry, Brady. Yeah, you grew up in Oklahoma. You know what it's like. That's why, honestly, I can't stand Oklahoma in the winter. It's like it's south of here, but it's way worse. Way worse. Hey, there's my dad, Scott Spradling. Everybody say hi to Scott Spradling. That's my dad. How are you doing, bud? All right. Well, let's get to it. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, number 164, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments, thankfully, are absolutely ridiculous. It is so good to see you guys. Hope the internet connection is good today. I think I've got things sorted out, so let me know if you have any problems. Yeah, I think we got her dialed. So today we can talk about all kinds of things, but I'd definitely like to at least mention how much fun we had at the Ride the World Series of Awesomeness. This is episode 4 down at the mile markers in Arizona. I think we had 15 or 16 the first day. Shannon Hensley, good morning. And then it slowly dwindled over the weekend, which it normally does, and people go do different things. Tony and Jeremy went and rode a different area. Anyway, that's the point. The whole point is not for everybody to ride all in the same area the whole time. The point is to bring folks together from the internet to actually see each other face to face and put a real face and a real handshake and a real hug together with a human that you've seen or interacted with on the internet, so that we can have a little more personal interaction and not so distant, so divisive and all that stuff. So that's the point of these Ride the World series. And I just put up on the Facebook officially the Ride the World Series of Awesomeness is episode 5, Montrose, Colorado, April 21st through the 24th, whatever. The 21st is Thursday through that Sunday night. Hey, dude, Jimmy Neihart, I will grope, hug, and kiss you if you get your butt to Montrose. Hands down. Brady Metter, it's not safe. Says it's not safe, but a social distance. We're done with that here in Western Colorado. No one even talks about that anymore. Hey, Apache Junction, Arizona. Right on, Dave Kessler. I like AJ. There used to be, I don't know, it's probably not there anymore, a really nice motocross track out there. So yeah, it's I like AJ. And that Tortilla Flats road ride, I don't know if you've ever been out that. That's a ripping road ride out through just near Apache Junction. I think it goes north. Anyway, it's rad. So yeah, we had a phenomenal time at the mile markers. The weather could not, well, I guess it could have been a little bit better, but it couldn't have been much better. was raining as we were getting there. Then Friday, it was gray and kind of drizzly all day while we rode, but not too cold. Wore a jacket half the day, like a rain jacket shell, but didn't really have to. Other guys didn't. It was fine. The dirt was perfect and amazing. And then oh, geez. Brady Metter says, I thought they were done with that here also. However, they just went to distance learning in one school. Oh, geez. Sorry, Brady. That sucks. But then Saturday dawned crystal clear and beautiful. Cold for sure, but definitely clear, and it was windy. But we got out, found some new stuff to me, really skinny little single track way out in the middle. It was awesome. And then did some gnarly hard enduro stuff up the canyon and had a blast. And then Saturday night was the night we did our last man standing or bull in the ring competition. It was between, I think there's 11 people total that competed in that. Keith Himes came out with the win with the V-Moto Force AT tires. Thank you, V-Moto, for that. They gave us those tires to give away. So I hope Keith enjoys those. He badly needed them on the 150 that his kid was riding. And then Sunday was the perfect day of all perfect days. It was crystal clear, sunny, and like 55, 56 degrees all day and no wind. And we rode 62 miles that day, and it was just epic. So yeah, as Roger Hurd said, hero dirt. It was unbelievable grip the whole time. Dave Kessler, I'm right off 88 on the way to Tortilla Flats. There you go. Motocross track. Nice. Awesome, dude. Oh yeah. Jimmy Nyhart, I'm gonna get loads of interweb hate for bringing the crew to Sacred Montrose. LOL. Yeah, I am. Bring it. Whatever. I got big shoulders. I'm good. Keith McQueen. It was amazing. It was a really fun event. The camping was great. Like I said, it was a little cold. Like my van setup isn't the best in the cold because it's not insulated that well yet. And with all four of us in there, it was kind of tight and chilly, but it was fun. I mean, it was, whatever. I slept. It was no big deal. But yeah, the camping in general was great. Lots of big flat open areas. Zach was there. Leandra was there with her silks rig, which is like aerial silks. They stand up and she does circus stuff. Anyway, she did not let anybody see that. She did it way off away. She didn't want anybody to do. Paul ANC, what's happening, man? Good to see you. I'm glad you were making coffee. Sorry that you're late, but it's a worthy cause. So yeah, mile markers is amazing. I have 3 days of tracks. If anybody wants those, just email me at morgan@highland-cycles.com and I will get you those tracks. Yeah, they were great. The first day was 50, almost 50 mile, 49 something. Second day was like only 22, but it was gnarly hard. And then the third day was, like I said, 60. I think it was actually 62 miles. It was just brilliant. A little bit of hard, a little bit easy, flowy. Fun. It was awesome. Roger Hurd, yes, there will be lots of easy trails in Montrose. The Montrose Ride the World is going to be epic because obviously it's my hometown, it's my home place, and I know the area arguably pretty well. I am going to go and I'm going to make a bunch of GPS tracks for lots of different groups of different things. So I haven't done that yet. I'm going to try to do some of it actually on the ground with my GPS, and then I'll also lay some out on the computer. I can distribute those to people for different groups. I'm hoping to get a big group. I'd like to see a lot of people here. I know the locals will get mad at me for that, but whatever. The funniest thing is the guy that threw the biggest fit about me and all that is so not from here. He is from a very, very, very long way away. And yeah, it's hilarious. But so yeah, anyway. And the Montrose, they'll be camping, or you can stay in town. That's the beauty of Montrose. You can stay in town at a hotel if you don't want to do the camping thing, or you can camp and be close, or you can. It's going to be so good. I'm really excited about that. Jimmy Nyhart, I'm glad you're using your Slavens mug. I am too. Dude, you kill me, Jimmy. I hope you're coming to Montrose, dude. Gary Anderson, I wish I could make the race at mile markers in a couple days. I would love to race out there. It would be really fun. I can imagine that I would be terrified. I mean, I would love to race, but down there, but I would be super scared of the Cholla because they're so close to the trail. And if you're pushing it, like really pushing it, you might anyway. It'd be rough. Keith McQueen, April 21st through the 24th is Ride the World. It's up on our Facebook page as we speak. So make sure you go there and check it out. Kennedy, wish you could come. You should see if there's some way, somehow you can make that happen. Man, I think it's crazy that Brian Hallway used to ride with you out there. I was talking about your videos, and he was like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, that's awesome. Shane, I know. Yeah, Brian, what's he doing out there? I didn't even know. It's a long story about, I mean, he and I are good. There's a long story about him and another friend, and don't ask him about it. It's not worth mentioning. But so I don't really know. I didn't know when he left or any of that stuff. So, but I'm glad he found you, and I'm glad you guys are having fun. Garrett Anderson, San Manuel again this year? Probably not. I need to save some money. I'm going to be helping the Sheetses out with their medical insurance this year. They don't know that, by the way. So if they watch this or listen to this, they're going to find out before I actually tell them today. Which is awesome. So I'm going to be helping pay for some of that as a raise and help them. And so anyway, I probably will not be going to San Manuel, unfortunately. Rick Roman, good morning. I picked up a new 17 X trainer. Ooh, nice. Right on, Rick. That's awesome. Yeah, Paul is going to be your go-to guy. Well, there's lots of people that have them, but Paul knows a lot about the X trainers and loves them. Keith McQueen, yes, you got to talk Craig Hoyt into coming. It'd be awesome. Garrett Anderson, fine. I'll die in the desert alone. That's awesome. No, you're not. Bruce, yeah, the Sheetses are the best people ever. So, and by the way, any of you who have not been to Montrose, been to the shop, there's a lot of you. And thank you all for watching from all over the world and around. If you can make it to this Montrose Ride the World, do it. First of all, it's going to be a ton of fun. Second of all, I'm going to lean on all my sponsors to give us lots of things to give away and have tons of fun. But really, you need to come see the shop and meet Zach and Landra because they are really the heart and soul of Highland Cycles. They are the reason that I can do all what I do now. The time-wise, they are the people who free me up to get to do things, and they're just the greatest people. I love them very, very much. Kevin O'Laughlin, I did not ride AZ with the new pegs. I should have just put them on. I put those on the 300, Kevin, because I'm trying to turn that 300 into like the cushiest, most comfy ride ever and leave the 125 a lightweight race bike. And I took the 125 because the 300 motor is in pieces. Still waiting on the crank to come back from Crankworks. So unfortunately, I did not get to. It would have been a really good place to ride with them. So I should have swapped him over. Maybe I'll talk to Lance about another set for the 125, but they're kind of heavy. Like I don't really care about that on the 300, but they are definitely a little on the heavy side. So, like I said, the 125, I'm trying to keep it just as light as possible. Okay, Shane McNabb rides a mechanic in Arkansas right now, but he's getting ready to move up here in Missouri. Nice, awesome. Mark Payne, I did see how good Sherko is doing in Dakar. Did you see how great Mason Klein is doing in Dakar? That's incredible. Rookie kid, 20 years old, had to do a GoFundMe to get there. By the way, Bruce Kennedy, GoFundMe project to get here for Ride the World. That's just an idea. I think it's a great idea, by the way. I will definitely chip in. Jimmy Neihart, I saw your thing before you retracted it. I know, heavy pegs. I need to lose them. Well, actually, I haven't eaten in 4 days. So I'm fasting at the beginning of this year. It's partially for God and for me to focus on him better. Also for me to cleanse myself of all the bad eating I did over the holidays and the camping trip and all that stuff. So yeah, I need to lose weight and but the pegs, like I said, I should just put a set on there and try them out. Oh, Brady Metter, you going to Orlando? It's for your daughter's thing. That sucks for us. It's awesome for you. I'm glad you get to do that with your daughter. It is super important. So, um, you want because you borrow Zach's Honda. Who's Zach? Zach, I don't know which Zach Honda. One of these days I'll make it down there. Did you and Zach ever get that scrap? What do you? Oh, get in the scrap. No, no, we haven't done it. It's been, I don't know. I just haven't had a chance. I got boxing gloves and everything. So it's going to happen. Don't worry. Um, I tried to spell fapping nice. You guys are awesome. And yeah, Brady, I'm bummed about that. That sucks. Yeah, Keith McQueen, 4 days. It's brutal, but it's good. It's actually, I'm past the brutal stage now. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just doing it. And I have my coffee to help. Jimmy Neihart, we hope he does get sunburned. I got some questions here, though. Let me get to those questions, and then we can keep chatting here. Oh, yeah, Bruce Kennedy, his Goldwing. Yeah, sorry. Bruce Kennedy, Zach did buy a big Goldwing Interstate, and yes, it is cushy. Kevin O'Loughlin, he has to get the medical insurance taken care of before the scrap. They have insurance. I'm just going to help pay for it. I can't pay for all of it, unfortunately, but definitely help out. So, and I think Zach, I mean, as tough as I'd like to think I am, I think I might be in trouble. All right. So, questions from the internet. MX Garage 636 says, thanks for the starter advice on the Suns. We all chipped in on that one a couple weeks ago. It says sometimes his clutch seems to not fully engage. Now, I think he means disengaged because I'll read the rest of it. Hard to start in gear, wants to creep. When we got the bike, it had a Recluse auto clutch. Do you think it needs bleeding or question mark? And says seems to get better when I sort of rapidly pump it. So, first of all, I think what you mean, MX Garage, is that it won't fully disengage because that's what. When it disengages the motor from the transmission. Is what that does, and a lot of mix that up. But it sounds like if it gets better when you pump it up, it sounds like you need to bleed it. So it sounds like maybe a little bit of air in there, and you pump it, and it gets tighter, and it opens it up. Now, if it's got a Recluse, you also might need to adjust it. I don't know if the Recluse is still in there. It said when we got the bike, it had a Recluse auto clutch. So, but it might just need to be adjusted. But if it's pumping, I would bleed it and adjust it, and you should be good. And Recluse has all those instructions on the internet. I've got obviously videos here on the YouTubes, so check that out. But let's see. Rick Roman's asking Paul where he buys his X-Trainer parts. There you go. Hey, Mike Barnato. How's it going? How's the coffee, Mikey? Next question from Jess Lycia. When I replace my clutches on my TX 300, can I just replace the fibers? Then she asks, or maybe he, Jesse, sorry, do you recommend Recluse manual clutch packs? So when you do your clutch, Jesse, I would, if you're not in a hurry, so if you're in a hurry, buy a full clutch kit. I would buy a Henson, honestly, not the Recluse. I just like the Henson clutch packs better. That's just personal. But I mean, the manual one is okay, but you have to buy the for the full manual clutch, you got to buy all kind. Anyway, I don't know. They're both good. Make a decision. I like Henson. So if you're in a hurry, buy the whole thing, replace the whole thing. If you're not in a hurry, you can take it apart and measure everything and look at the steels and make sure they're not warped and all that. And if they are perfect, then you can just buy fibers. When I do clutches, I just do the whole thing, springs, fibers, steels, the whole deal, and just make sure it's all good and I don't have to worry about it. Let's see. Wayward Power Sports. What's your break-in procedure after rebuilds? Wayward, depends. If it's a full motor, like bottom end and everything, I treat it like a new bike and I go I usually get it all the way up to temperature, back down, all the way up to temperature, back down, all the way up to temperature, back down. So 3 full heat cycles and just putting it around the shop or whatever. And then I go ride it and I kind of just take it easy on it for maybe a tank. And then I let her rip. If it's just a top end, I really don't do anything because with nickel plating and the rings as good as they are and all that stuff, I just let her rip. I just kind of keep an eye on it, make sure I didn't make a mistake or there's a leak or something like that for the first ride. But yeah, I generally on a top end, I don't worry about it much. Jimmy Neihart, I agree. I better tackle that kid. He does have 8-foot arms. Mark Payne, I would get rid of it and do a left-hand rear brake, clutch lever. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of left-hand rear brakes personally. But I'm not a fan at all of removing a clutch lever from a bike because like if you want a left-hand rear brake, that's fine, put it on there, but leave the clutch lever because I've had bikes go wide open, throttle cable, whatever, crash, yanks. Anyway, it can happen. There's lots of reasons it can happen. And if you can't grab that clutch and disengage that motor, you're in a lot of trouble. Hey, Striker, thank you very much for the comment. I appreciate that. Bruce Kennedy had a pro friend blow up his Gas 300 last week. Did you know they use a plastic cage on the stator side crank bearing? Yeah, doesn't withstand heat well. Yes, Bruce Kennedy, I know that very, 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 very well. All the KTMs, all the Husqvarnas, all the Austrian-built 300s and 250s have that stupid bearing in them. And what's crazy is that bearing is $102 or something like that. And a pain in the butt to remove and install if you don't have all the tools. It's a nightmare. Bike Vault, what's happening, man? Hey, there you go, Paul Yancey. Says, if you like what you're watching, back out and of the chat, hit the thumbs up and come on back in. Late to the party. When is the Ride the World Macho? John Rybacki. It is 21st to 24th. Put it on the calendar. Be there. Peach Valley. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Jeremy Schoening. What's up, man? How are you, dude? Good to see you here. Where are you right now? You could be anywhere in the world. There you go. Roger Hurd says 2 heat cycles and pin it. Yeah, Brady Metter, I'm with you. He says left-hand rear brakes are worse than a Recluse. I have to agree. But whatever, you like it, it makes you happy, do it. But any experience with switching a KTM 10mm clutch master cylinder to a 9mm for easier clutch pull for stuff like hard enduro? I like using a 150. No, I have not done that. I do know that is a thing. I know that people have said that, but I don't know. I've never done. Maybe someone else can chime in. I've never actually done that for that reason. I've never purposely grabbed a different master cylinder with a different diameter piston and all that. So I guess I'm not sure why the 9 would be easier. 4-stroke don't have that bearing. I don't know. My mom says I'm breaking up. I don't know why. Everything seems good on my end, but Jimmy Neihart, is it true factory dyno motor production motors when they are new? That's what I hear. I've never actually been there and stood there and watched it, Jimmy, but they show there's videos of like Roger DeCoster and like all that in the factory, and the motor comes in, they fire up now and then take it off and put it in the bike. So I think they do, but I don't know. Let's see. Mike Barnado. Why do we need neutral in transmissions? That's a great question. I think probably the real reason that I like having neutral in a transmission is being able to push it around when the bike's off. Because I don't care what clutch plates, what oil you're running. It does not matter what your adjustment is. It's a pain to push a bike around with just pulling the clutch in and the bike's off. It sucks. So that for me, that's all I need. Let's see. Garrett Anderson probably going to take off the Recluse on Tori's 300. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get that thing out of there. Get that crutch out of there. Make her get after it. See, Dave Kessler. I played with master cylinders over the years. The smaller diameter, the longer. the engagement in each of the poll. Okay, there we go. Thanks. Thank you, Dave. So, Dave, does it make a huge difference? Let us know. See, Bruce Kennedy, in the 70s, European bikes came with mini neutrals. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Mom. Glad. Neutral, so short dudes like me hit it and tip over in chunky rocks. That is another brilliant use of the neutral gear. So the yeah, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, neutral is pretty important for that. Other than that, it's who cares? Could someone post the Montrose dates in chat? I got it right here. WL. If I can type. And just so you guys know, the camping that I'm going to be recommending slash telling people to go to is going to be at Peach Valley, because that's where the camping is the best for big groups. But we are going to have rides in Peach and Dry Creek. Now, some people are going to ask, I already had a good friend, not critically, but ask, well, why don't you do it in August so you can do the desert and the plateau? That's a great idea, except for the desert is just brutally hot in August, and it's just not much fun to ride out there, except for really early in the morning or like at night in August. And so I want to showcase the super close stuff to Montrose with this Ride the World. We might do another Ride the World down the road sometime up on the plateau or in the mountains around here. But Roger heard, yes, it is free camping. But the yeah, so that's why we're doing it in April. That's why we're doing it at Peach Valley. But we will definitely have trips, rides, guide, whatever to the to Dry Creek also. Garrison, just ride faster. I agree, but man, I just get hotter when I ride faster. So I had one last question. Andrew Neal is going to want me to answer, and it's perfect because of our back and forth last year. Does Roxon retire after round 7, 10, or 12? I don't know. I love Ken Roxon. I wanted him to do better, but he did fold up like a cheap tent. And sadly, that's kind of, well, he didn't fold up in the years past. He crashed hugely and injured himself badly. But yeah, so I love Roxon. I don't even have my top picks. Let's quick, everybody comment your 1, 2, 3 for Anaheim 1 this Saturday. So comment your 1, 2, 3 for Anaheim 1. Also, if you're watching this later, comment that. Doesn't matter. I mean, right now we got a live chat going, but if you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and comment that. Mike, so why did it take so long to get in? That sucks. Sorry about that. Yeah, Roxon was beat up last season. Like I said, I love the guy. I hope he's Brady Metter. His new gear is awesome. I haven't even seen it. Who's he riding for? Like, what gear is he riding? Do you have to deal with permits and crap to hold group rides like you're planning? Our club must apply a year in advance to have events. Bruce, I would if I were charging money, and I would if it were over 75 people, neither of which I think you're going to. Well, I'm not going to charge money, and there's no way there's going to be 75 people there. Paul Anstey Webb for the win this weekend. I don't know. I will see. Same dates as Gnarly Roots Montrose Tour in 22. Oh, look at that. I had no idea. That's funny. That'll be cool. We can hang out with Russ and Cole. They got there's like 5 guys, so it's no big deal. Tomac, Fernandez, and Webb. Barsha, Fernandez, and Webb. Nice. Oh, Brady thinks he's going to go 4 for 4. Fernandez, Tomac, Webb. There we go. I'm going. What do I have? I got Tomac something. Hang on. I got to look it up because I can't remember. I know I have Tomac in first. There we go. So I've got Tomac, Fernandez, Webb is what we've got on the Highland Cycles. By the way, if you haven't joined our Rocky Mountain Fantasy group, go to rmfantasysx.com, look for Highland Cycles as a group, and join us. It's just fun. There's no prizes or anything. It's just fun to see how we're all doing against each other. Paul Anstey comes in with Webb, Barsha, Tomac. Right on. Yeah, I got Tarantula in fourth. I know he's kind of beat up, and that's a bummer. But I think the Bruce Kennedy. Do I plan to run the Scalpini pipes on my bikes? I don't right now. I already have extra FMFs for my bikes right now, so I'm not buying Scalpinis for mine yet. Also, those cone pipes are hey big money. I don't know. They're really expensive. Those were a gift. The reason I'm a dealer is because a friend of mine wanted to buy two for his friends, and so I was like, okay, so I became a dealer and got those. Those were for some. Those are actually for Morgan Tankey and her husband. So, um, Mike Silva, hope they make it easier at the border this year. I do too. I really do. Dude named Eric, how do you pick the wild card? I don't know. I got Justin Bogle in there. Let's see. Barsha group racing in my area, so I have to go Barsha. Right on, Keith. That's awesome. Jimmy Nyhart, how do those V tires in the mud? Keith, you still here? Oh, yeah. So Keith will answer that. I don't know. But I can tell you the freaking sticky one, I put the sticky one on for one ride out at Peach in the snow and good stuff and whatever. And then the whole time in Arizona. And it's actually holding up really, really, really well. Just amazing. So, Paul, and those Scalvini pipes are absolute pieces of art. They're amazing. Let's see. Brady, are they muled? Oh god, yeah. Slavens sells them too, and I bet you anything. Like he says something about how his are special Slavens edition. They're not, but anyway. um, my baby Scalvini list for 929. Not going that route. 929 for your 200. That's because it's like 379 for all the other ones. How's popping the dents out of a cone pipe versus a standard pipe? I don't know, Kevin. That's why I think I need to get at least one Scalvini for a bike. I don't know. I need to start a GoFundMe for that because they're $379. It cost me a little bit less, but it's not that much. And try it. But I do need to. I'll get one eventually, and we'll bend it up and try it. Let's see. I'm surprised you didn't shred in the races. Keith and Jimmy are going back and forth. Mitch Payton says that cone pipes don't produce the power that stamp pipes do. Dave Kessler. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people say that they're better. I've heard people say that they're not as good. I've heard people say they're stronger, which that could be interesting. Just who knows. But yeah, I don't know. The advantage to a cone pipe is that, well, first of all, they're beautiful. Second of all, is that you can, as a company, if you're building them, you can like really change the shape really easily and just changing a whole mold, right? Like a stamp pipe, it's a mold, boom, comes down. With a cone pipe, like if you want to make it a little bit wider here, a little bit change, it's really easy to do because you're hand welding it. So let's see. I had a Shinko 505 Marma and saw Jesus on that. Oh, dude, Jimmy Nahar, a Shinko 505 would be is terrible in the mud. Period. If there's no KTM or Husky, what 2T300 would you go for? Sherco. Said should take you at least one ride to crumple it. I agree, Garrett. If I got a thing, yeah, I like Shercos a lot. The only reason I didn't do that for the 23 bike is that I want the new KTM fuel injected craziness so I can try to break it, and it'll be really good for YouTube views, to be honest. I'm keeping my 300 and my 125. I'm not getting rid of my old standbys, but because if it breaks, then I'll have a bike to ride. But it's going to be new and brand new this year, and people are going to want to see it. So yeah, anyway, that's why. Otherwise, I would have probably done a Sherco. Also, I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping you can still put a kickstart on it. Let's see. KTM stock pipe is like $600. I wish I shelved it when it was new. It's a hammer now. I know. It's crazy. Garrett Anderson is side-eyeing me about the Sherco thing. I know. I told Garrett not to buy a Sherco, and now he's mad. Well, I still haven't bought one. I still haven't bought one. So there you go. But fair enough. Fair enough, Garrett. Sorry. Guys, if you're watching and you're having fun, back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up. It would be super cool. Also, if you're watching and you're new to this channel, give us a subscribe. If you're having fun. If you hate this and you're like mad at me, then you can type mean comments and I'll make fun of you. That's fine. But if you're having fun, then go ahead and subscribe. It really does help. We're almost 12,000 subscribers, which is crazy. I never would have thought that was possible 2 years ago. So really happy. Who's the Islander? I agree. Carb is better than TPI. That's why the 23 is not TPI. It's going to be TBI. And back to mixing gas, supposedly. We'll see. That's what everybody's suspecting because of what the pros are riding right now. Yeah, scary. If anybody wants to know what Morgan wants to try in a year, ask me now. I love it. Any bike you have to remove stuff to do simple oil change and take out 3 drain bolts is just dumb. I agree. What is that? Like, is that a Sherco? If that's a Sherco, that is super dumb. Dude, make the appointment now in April. TPI tramp stamp at the Ride the World is on. Yeah. Are you paying for it, Nyhart? Because dude, I'm in. I will get our local tattoo artist. I need to get I don't have the Highland Cycle like bagpiper guy tattoo, and I've always wanted it, honestly, since I first had it drawn for me. And yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Destry's kid, yeah, he just signed with Sherco, full factory deal. Eric Bryan, I agree, but it's so fun to ride. Oh, so it must be a Sherco 300 4-stroke that Brady is talking about. I agree. Bike, your EXCF did have 3 drain bolts. The old ones had 3 drain bolts, which is also dumb. I'm not a fan of anything that makes maintenance more complicated. Is a boo, in my opinion. I think maintenance should be easy. That's why I do love KTM air filters right now. The current setup is brilliant. It's almost impossible to screw up. I'm sure someone can, like getting it in there, and it's easy peasy, super. Like no reason not to do air filter. So yeah, I'm with you. If you want to hit the dislike button, make sure you hit it twice. Yes, Dave Kessler. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I need to put that on my stuff. I need to. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Oh, it's so good. What other question you guys have? I don't have anything else from the internet. Oh, maybe. Let me check, guys, real fast. From the internet, I don't think I have any other. Let's see. Oh, actually, I do need to say this. Chris P. Bacon. That is an interesting name. It's Bakeon. That's an awesome name. Anyway, says that my merch, the stuff from Teespring, can be shipped to Canada. So if you Canadians really want to support me and this channel, please go to our Teespring website. The link is in this description. It's also below all of my videos now on YouTube. It just comes up. We have new designs. The one that I've been wearing recently, I don't have it on today. They're all from Alex Wall. Thank you, Alex. He did an amazing job of redesigning some stuff. And it's awesome. It's got a bagpiper on it. And then we have some t-shirts on there with like the Excite Bike guy, but with bagpipes. And it's pretty rad. So if you're Canadian and you want to support us and you like cool merch, go to our Teespring site. You'll see it, like I said, in the description below. Also below all the videos, there should be like a rolling thing. Click on it, go there. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm so stoked to get my sweater up here. Oh, CC, right. So that's you. What is the P Bacon? I don't know what that is, but that's awesome. Just checking and slowly it's way to me. Nice. Mark Payne, yeah, 2 oil filters in the old KTMs. What's going on with TPI? Didn't catch that. Oh, nothing. We're just, everybody's giving me a hard time, Keith. Nothing specific. Although, is that TPI why you didn't make it over that 55-gallon drum? Let's see. Bellray. Did Bellray change their formula? It's super thick and cooler temps. I don't think. Aha! Crispy bacon. There you go. That's awesome. I didn't even, yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Kurt Potter, what's happening? Air filter oil. I mean, sorry. Oh, I don't. No, I don't think they changed it. It's just always been super, super thick in really cold weather. I've always had it be like crazy thick. So it's yeah. I've yeah, Chris. Sorry, he's CC right here and he's crispy bacon there. So anyway, you guys are awesome. I'm dense. Do you think KTM will make the 125 XC TPI next year? No, Bill, I don't think they will. Um, Keith, I was carved and still failing. Dang it. That's why I didn't comment in that text string because I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you had a fuel injected bike or a carb bike. And yeah, that was awesome though. That was unfortunately, the quality through the thing was terrible, but it was hilarious. Yeah, yes, CC, right. I love it. You guys are awesome. You guys are rad. All right. Well, Brady Metter says that he's crazy thick, and that is so true. I love you guys so much. Let's end on that because it was awesome. I think KTM is putting the TPI in the vault as a loss. I agree. Before we shut down, I agree, Bruce Kennedy. I think they've, I mean, obviously, Neihart, lots of people have had really good luck with them, but lots of people haven't. And who I just talked to someone who was on a TPI, rode a car bike, and was like, holy crap, this does really run a lot better than my TPI. So anyway, I don't know. This new one, it could be a huge failure. It could be the worst pile of crap ever. But I'm going to get one, and we're going to find out together. So, guys, go watch the car. And Supercross says, Paul, I agree 100%. You need to do that. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me for this ridiculous show every Thursday. I appreciate it. Make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It makes a difference. I'm really trying to grow this thing. I got big plans, big ideas, but I need more money and more subscribers to make that happen. So I love you desperately, desperately, desperately. I hope that you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels. And I really, really hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes.